the United States would be putting people intentionally in harm's way if it sent diplomats back to Cuba, Secretary of State Rex Tillerson says in an Associated Press interview, even as a new FBI report casts doubt on the initial theory that Americans there have been hit by sonic attacks. Following months of investigation and 4 FBI trips to Havana, an interim report from the Bureau's Operational Technology Division says the probe has uncovered no evidence that sound waves could have damaged the Americans' health, the AP has learned. The report, dated January 4, doesn't address other theories and says the FBI will keep investigating until it can show there's been no intentional harm. Tillerson said he's not convinced that what he calls the deliberate attacks are over. He defended his September decision to order most U.S. personnel and their relatives to leave Cuba and said he won't reverse course until Cuba's government assures they'll be safe. I'd be intentionally putting them back in harm's way. Why in the world would I do that when I have no means whatsoever to protect them? Tillerson told the AP on January 5, I will push back on anybody who wants to force me to do that. I still believe that the Cuban government, someone within the Cuban government can bring this to an end, Tillerson added. Washington has never claimed Cuba perpetrated the attacks but has insisted the island's communist-run government must know who did. Cuba adamantly denies both involvement and knowledge of any attacks. Tensions over the issue are apparent in Congress, with critics of the Cuban government at odds with supporters of closer U.S. ties, and within the Trump administration, the CIA, whose spies were affected while working under diplomatic cover, has chafed at the lack of FBI progress, several officials have told the AP in recent months, while a few lawmakers briefed on the probe have questioned whether the FBI even agrees with the State Department that anyone was attacked. The State Department has said previously the most recent medically confirmed case of an American being affected occurred August 21. Tillerson didn't cite any more recent incidents, but pointedly stressed he was not sure they've ended. The AP has learned at least one additional embassy worker who reported similar symptoms since that date has been sent for medical testing. The symptoms were determined to be unrelated. Doctors treating the U.S. embassy victims of mysterious, invisible attacks in Cuba have discovered brain abnormalities as they search for clues to explain the hearing, vision, balance, and memory damage, the Associated Press has learned. It's the most specific finding to date about physical damage. Doctors treating the U.S. embassy victims of mysterious, invisible attacks in Cuba have discovered brain abnormalities as they search for clues to explain the hearing, vision, balance, and memory damage, the Associated Press has learned. It's the most specific finding to date about physical damage. Tillerson's comments and the FBI report illustrate how befuddled the U.S. still seems about the mystery in Havana, more than a year after embassy workers started reporting illnesses including hearing loss, vision problems, and memory issues.